Morning, guys.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey guys.
It's a beautiful day here in Kodiak, sunny. Got a little dusting of snow last night, so everything's really beautiful looking. So far our winter's been fairly mild. It's been in the mid-20s, rained a couple days ago, melted the little bit of snow that we had off, and now we just got not even an inch last night.
Yeah, we've had very few inches of snow so far, huh?
Yeah, so it hasn't been too terribly cold out, which is nice.
Yeah, it is
So
nice.
as we kind of move through mid-December here, we're just getting ready to start prepping up some of our stuff for our next season, for after January 1st.
Yeah, we hauled the jiggers and loading them up in the truck. Gonna haul them down to the boat and pop them in place. Start hauling off some of our leftover longline gear. And also we're gonna grab our life raft.
Yep, it needs to be repacked, so that's done annually. We have to bring it in, have it serviced. They'll go through it, check everything, replace flares, water, food, anything that's expired they'll replace, and then they'll repack it and put a new sticker on it, and we're good to go for another year. So
Yep. That's a requirement by the Coast Guard, right?
yep.
Safety gear, same as our survival suits. We bring them home and upkeep them, change out the batteries, wax up the zippers, all that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, at least with our survival suits, we can service those ourselves, but our raft, we have to bring it in to authorized dealer, have it repacked. So
yep.
it's one of those kind of hidden costs of being a commercial fisherman, I guess. A lot of people don't think all the things that are associated with fishing and the costs that we incur, but they're fairly substantial. So
What's it run to get that repacked?
it's been about $1,000 a year, it seems like. Yeah, depending on what they do. Sometimes the flares will be out of date, they'll have to replace them. Sometimes they're good for another season and they can leave them. Every 5 years they do a 5-year annual inspection where they actually inflate the raft, check it for leaks, so then they'll have to recharge the canister and everything. So it just kind of depends on the timeline of where the raft is in its life and what service it requires each year.
And to buy it new, it's what, $4,000 to $5,000 for a new one?
Yeah, for the size that we have, I think a 4-man is a little bit less, maybe in the 3,500 range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6-man is maybe 45 to 5,000, so they're expensive.
Yeah,
Yep.
well worth it though.
Yeah, you never know when you'll need it, so it's one of those things. If you look at over the life of the equipment, it's not really that substantial, you know, when you're talking about your life. So
Yeah.
gotta have it,
Yep.
gotta be there.
Yeah. So we'll run down to the boat here, grab that stuff, bring this stuff, get going.
Yeah. Say we could have just pulled over to the dock too, but that sounds like too much work today.
To move the boat?
Need some exercise anyway. Nice and oily. That's good. Just grabbing 2 carts because we got a lot of stuff to haul off the boat, so make it easier. The raft pretty much takes up one anyways. And we get some of our tubs of hooks off the boat and maybe a few anchors.
You got that?
I did. Careful on this thing.
Yeah. Hold on, right? Yep, it's a lot like winter out here. Thought it didn't get too deep though. Not too much snow up on the mountain, huh?
Pretty, the back mountains are beautiful.
Yeah.
What is our weather going to do?
Rain and then snow.
Rain and snow?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So we gotta get that shot spliced on there. Well, it looks the same as it did a month ago when we stopped fishing. So, I guess it's time to get switched over and get back to work.
Yep, been a pretty relaxed fall for us, huh?
Yeah, just getting caught up on administrative stuff, paperwork, shipping fish out.
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done nothing, just not much fishing.
No
so.
fishing, but lots of other stuff.
Behind the scenes.
Yep. Pop these jiggers in here. Just gotta go in. Nothing fancy there. That's actually our old jigger mounts, our old rail before we did these bulwarks. So
one of these days we'll get these replaced.
Pop right in there.
yep.
So we'll come back down and hook these wires up later. We need to get this raft up to the shop right now. It's kind of our priority for today, I guess. Holes drilled in the bottom of these tubes. These will fill up with water and freeze and force these machines up. We almost lost one year. So that's one thing that we need to do. So we'll just load up one of these with hooks and the other with the raft, I guess, huh?
Yep. Yep, we'll haul these home, spray them down with some oil, cover them up.
A few more.
Yep.
So this just has a shackle on it right here and a weak link. That's what this is right here. This is designed to part from the pressure of the raft as it tries to get pulled underwater. There's enough buoyancy in here that it's stronger than this weak link, and this will separate, let the raft come to the surface if the vessel sinks. So we'll just take that off. There's two different kinds. Ours is a manual release, which means we have a float-free cradle. The other type has a hydrostatic release and a strap over the top. The vessel actually the raft has to be 13 feet below the surface, give or take a few feet, in order for that hydrostatic release to operate. Basically has a razor blade inside, and when it senses a certain pressure, that blade slips out and cuts the line and releases the raft to the surface. We don't have that because a lot of smaller vessels tend to not sink immediately. They'll capsize, and so that can be pretty problematic. There wouldn't be enough depth of this being underwater for that hydrostatic to release. So we've just gone with a float free instead. The nice thing, I guess, is that it's easy to get out of the cradle, and also we don't have to replace the hydrostatic release every 2 years, which is like $150 or something.
What's this thing weigh, about 100 pounds?
Probably about 100, yeah.
awkward weight.
Yeah, it's awkward. Okay, yeah. So this is the painter line right here. So if you ever had to deploy this, you just pull on this and you just keep pulling and pulling. I think there's maybe about 100 feet of line on here. And once you get to the end, you give it a good sharp tug. That opens a valve on the CO2 cylinder inside the raft. It'll start inflating. It'll break these metal straps right here. These are also designed to part under a certain amount of pressure. It'll break those and the raft will come out of this fiberglass shell and inflate. So you can see the harbor's pretty sleepy right now. Not a whole lot going on in November and December. The longline fisheries end first week in November. After that, there's usually some dive fisheries in the fall for cucumbers. I don't know if anybody did them this year. Seems like somebody would have, but I think that market might have been pretty severely impacted by COVID, so I'm not sure if anyone fished or not. Of course, all the seiners are put away, and yeah, not a whole lot going on this time of year. It does sound like we'll probably have a federal cod season for 2021, so there is a few boats that are getting gear ready, getting rigged up for that. Other than that, not too much going on in December.
Yeah, pretty quiet. All the holidays and everything too. So.
Yep. Oh boy.
The gravel makes it easy to peel out.
All right, that's not too bad. A good idea to throw gravel on a ramp. I think I'd have to disagree. The salt is one thing, but gravel, come on, really? On a ramp, think about it. Okay, get these babies loaded up. Double. Hooked.
You got hooked?
Want to watch me one-man this? JK.
Do it, man. Alrighty. Alright, so I guess that's it for down here. Got a little exercise this morning, so that's good.
Yeah, hold some gear off the boat.
Yeah.
Start cleaning that down. So
Yep.
Got some fresh air too.
Yeah, beautiful morning, so. No.
How'd it go, guys?
Oh, good, good. They said they try and get it out as quick as they can, so. This year the Coast Guard actually has to be present when our raft is repacked. It's called a nap, I believe they called it, so. It doesn't happen every year. They like to monitor the packing process and make sure that everything looks good, and I'm not sure, apparently it's just goes by your raft, I think, because that's the way it sounded, that it needed to be done this year, that they needed to be present. So it sounds like, well, hopefully they'll be working on it next week sometime.
Oh, good.
And we should get it back quickly. So
yeah, I was
yep.
knowing how many they had out here, like in their yard.
That they have about 25 that they need to get packed. Some of them aren't. Some of them are dropped off, like longliners and stuff that finish the end of the season, and they know that they're not going to use their vessel again. They'll drop them off so they're ready next year before March when halibut and sablefish IFQ fisheries reopen. And so some of those don't need to be done immediately, but other guys will be fishing on the 1st of January when cod would reopen under the federal fishery. And so there's some guys like that, there's some guys like us, there's, you know, crab fishermen or guys fishing out west for cod or whatever that home port their vessels here, come back for the holidays. So it's kind of a busy time of year for them. They always seem to do a real good job of getting those pushed out though. They're thorough anyways, and that's good. That's what you want when people are working on your safety gear.
Yep.
Homeward bound, I guess.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about Kodiak is pretty much everything is close by. So we're probably 10 minutes from downtown.
7 minutes from town.
7 minutes from downtown, from the harbor. Mill Bay Beach. This is just right around the corner from our house. And we got some crab pot storage here. To the left, Bayside Fire Department to the right.
Abercrombie State Park. We'll have to do a tour there sometime. It's beautiful in the summer.
Really pretty up there.
Beautiful in the winter too.
Yeah. And back home again.
Up into Shady Lane. Refreshing when there's a fresh layer of snow on the ground. Powdery snow.
How much do 3 tubs of hooks and ganyons weigh?
Rustle this big chopper over here too, huh?
Not too much.
100 pounds? How many pounds was that?
Do these tubs weigh?
Yeah.
Probably like 30 each.
Yeah, probably about that. that bait chopper over here.
Okay.
And then watch yourself. Get off to the side. There we go.
Putting it away till next year?
Yeah, it's kind of right in the middle of the path right there, so.
Putting it in a safe spot.
I'll come out and cover these with some oil and WD-40 on them actually. It's pretty good.
Sounds
Cover them
good.
with a tarp.
All right. Are you just remembering that now too?
Yeah.
How much did it thaw out? Not much probably, huh?
What's in there? What you looking at? I can't see.
Oh, we left our crab toad in here. It's got a giant block of ice in it now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's gonna rain again.
Supposed to.
We'll have to get thawed out when it rains.
But it's supposed to snow again too, like 5 days next week.
Thick.
Oh, sorry, dear. Here. Give it a whack.
That'll hurt.
I cannot.
This will hurt the ice. No, it won't. Oh, it's full of gravel. It does have water in it. That's good.
It's not solid.
Not
Careful.
completely.
One minute it's fall and the next it's winter. Oh no.
So this is why you don't use braided line on your vessel. Like 2-in-1 Samson
For tie-up lines?
for tie-up lines in the winter.
Yeah.
It's about the worst thing that you could possibly use.
Oh, Matt's prepared with an axe.
I use a poly. It's got water in there.
Oh, nice. Here. That angle.
No, I can't really see too well. If you want to get footage on this.
I'll bring it good. Oh, good.
Much to
It'll
get.
dump out. Nice.
Yeah, that's a little full. You don't want that solid.
No. Bust this tote right open.
You're lucky it didn't already. Should be thick. I'm not crushing anything important over them. Am I? Oh, you should have just left it. My hands are wet now anyways.
Tan or taxi.
Try and flip it that way.
Or this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Got it. This is your go, huh?
I know, there's like never enough time to do anything.
It's like ridiculous. Got the GoPro stick there, which is also the broom handle.
Yeah, maybe once it starts raining we can get this net put away and stuff. Yeah, so thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.